You are now entering Armbar Audio.
John,
Yeah.
you know when a pay-per-view is good?
Yeah.
Do you know the signs?
I think I have a pretty good idea. I'd say like crowd reaction. If it keeps you awake at midnight and you feel like you're not even remotely ready to go to bed yet.
Those are good points, but I was going to say is whenever you're in a room full of casual wrestling fans and they consistently say, this is good, this is exciting, wow.
Oh,
We watched
that's a good point.
We watched AEW Revolution with some of John's
my
family.
Yeah.
And they are not as diehard
Very
wrestling
casual
fans as us, and that's what they were saying. And I agree with them. AEW Revolution, I know we usually give it a grade at the end of the show. I'm going to say it right now, was an A+ for me.
Absolutely.
The show only had one match that really didn't connect with me, but let's get into the review.
Yes. Let's.
On the buy-in, we had SCU versus the Dark Order. Started out with a brawl. There was an attempt at SCU later that got thwarted. There was an attempt at a fatality that got thwarted. Scorpio Sky monkey flipped Kazarian, and Kazarian double clothesline Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, which I thought was cool. The Stu Grayson rolled up Scorpio Sky for the win after Evil Uno distracted the ref. But the real talking points about this match are what happened after it. John, what happened?
So we had very interesting actually. We had the Dark Order's music played, and this mysterious cloaked figure.
No, that before that. The Dark Order started beating down SCU. And someone came down.
I forget who.
Chicago's own Colt
Oh,
Cabana.
yeah. Colt Cabana showed up. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Which was amazing. It was so cool. We then got the Dark Order's music played, and a mysterious cloaked figure was walking to the ring. We're thinking it's the Exalted One. It has to be. He stops on the ramp and takes the cloak off and is none other than the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, which elicited a very audible gasp from everyone in attendance. But fear not, for Christopher Daniels actually ran at the ring, dove over the ropes, and took out Evil Uno.
Yes.
So he is not the Exalted One.
He is not the Exalted One. And
Put that theory to rest.
the SCU are fully back together now. There's no doubts. Colt Cabana and SCU beat down the Dark Order and send them packing, and the crowd was very happy that Christopher Daniels is a good guy.
Yeah.
So the show started off with, let's see here.
It's right there. It started off with Dustin versus Jake Hager.
Yeah, with Jake Hager and Dustin. Dustin came out to a great response. Hager came out and weirdly went over to his wife, kissed her hands, and made out with her, which was cringy.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. This match was okay. We got the slams out of Hager. We got the power slam and the uppercut out of Dustin. We got some nice brawling. Hager hit a huge lariat on the outside. Hager turned a submission from Dustin into an ankle lock, but Dustin didn't give up. Dustin eventually loses by passing out to a triangle or a side sleeper of some sort. And
some MMA move that Jake Hager knows.
Yeah. This match was okay to me. How about you, John?
It was okay. It was fine as an opening match. It was a very opening match feeling match, if I could say that.
Has your feelings on Jake Hager changed at all from when he was in WWE till today?
Yes. I think he was much better than he was in WWE.
I liked his gear much more. I liked that they hyped him up as an MMA fighter and he used certain MMA techniques. Still wasn't
very charismatic.
Right.
But I don't know that he's really supposed to be in this scenario.
Yes, there was another point that I'd like to point. There was another time that I'd like to point out that Dustin went over to the wife, and she went to slap him. He blocked it, and he kissed her, which was funny.
Very funny.
After the win, Jake then took his wife, and I think they kissed again or something. It was cringeworthy. Anyway, so then after the match, we get a announcement that the March 25th episode of AEW Dynamite is going to have blood and guts. And what is blood and guts, John?
Well, so it's a match. It's hard to explain. I've never seen anything like this. They're gonna take. They're gonna have. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. They're going to have 2 rings. It's insane. I know. Together with a big cage around it of some sort.
An enclosed cage?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
With, like, a roof on it and stuff.
Roof?
A roof. It looked like there was. I don't actually know if there was a roof, but it looked vaguely like there might be one. So... there's some. I heard. I had like a force, like a disturbance in the force moment, where I felt like some huge muscly guy with a bald head and a beard was screaming into the abyss, but I don't know what.
Hilarious.
In case you can't get the sarcasm, it's a War Games match.
Yeah.
That they can't call a War Games match.
Because they don't own the rights to that. So after that announcement, I have 2 matches of the night. This is one of them. Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara.
This was insane. It was so... Oh my God. I've never seen a match this fast for the entire time that it was on.
They really complemented each other really well.
Really well.
Sammy was on the outside, and when Darby got in the ring, as soon as he got in the ring, he dove through the middle rope at Sammy. Then he hit a shotgun drop kick into the barricade. He front suplexed Sammy onto the barricade and hit a suicide dive, hitting his skull into Sammy's neck and head area. Sammy threw the skateboard at Darby's head. Sammy set up a table on the outside and hit a 630 senton off the top. Darby had Sammy in a gory special and bit his hand, then transitioned into an armbar of sorts. There was a double stomp off the top onto the apron by Sammy. Spanish fly off the top by Sammy. Sammy took a pad off the turnbuckle, but Darby flipped Sammy into it and then hit a Stun Dog Millionaire, which set up the coffin drop for the win. Before Darby can attack with the skateboard, Hager saves Sammy and takes him up the ramp.
Yeah.
This match was awesome. Absolutely.
It was, that's the only thing to say about it. I mean, if you don't watch anything else from this night, watch this match.
And the next one. Which was the AEW Tag Team title match between Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Young Bucks. And these two teams pulled out all of the stops. We saw so much out of the Young Bucks, and there were points where they were getting booed.
Yeah.
The times that they were getting booed were, let's see, they were attacking Omega's bad arm. Matt was. Let's see, I got a lot of notes for this one, man. You want to talk a little bit?
He attacked his bad arm. Matt Jackson spit in Hangman's face.
Hangman spit in
Matt's face. I'm trying to think of what else. There was a lot of trash talking happening in this match. A lot of trash talk happening. They were, as I like to call it, they were playing the hits. We got the more bang for your buck. We got buckshot lariat. We got V-triggers.
Fallaway slams.
The Hangman Page hit a one-winged angel on Matt Jackson.
After Kenny Omega couldn't do it.
Yes.
At one point, Omega took Nick Jackson to the top rope for a one-winged angel off the top, but Nick turned it into a poison Rana. They
talked about, I know when they got booed. When the Young Bucks got booed.
When they hit the Indie Taker?
No.
To Adam Page on the outside?
Yes, and when they hit the golden trigger on Kenny Omega.
Oh my God. The gall.
No one saw that coming.
To take your opponent and your opponent's lover's move and use it on you? Man.
I didn't think they would go that far.
The end came when there was a buckshot lariat to Nick on the outside and one on the inside to Matt, and Page pinned Matt Jackson for the win. So like I said on the prediction show on Warren Hayes, Page was firing on all cylinders. He's the one who put this match to bed.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Omega and the Bucks reconcile, but Hangman looks like he was going to buckshot lariat Omega, but instead held the ropes open for Omega too, and they walked off as champions.
Yeah.
It was a little teaser there.
He definitely thought about hitting the buckshot lariat. Kenny Omega definitely knows that he thought about hitting the buckshot lariat.
Yep.
So I am very excited for, I would say, Monday's BTE.
Yeah.
Although Monday's BTE is likely going to be backstage stuff from the setup for Revolution. So I feel like we'll probably get payoff for this on Dynamite.
Yeah. The next match was the AEW Women's Title match. Nyla Rose, the Native Beast, against the Galaxy's favorite alien, Chris Statlander. This match started off slow-paced, and the strikes were very weak. This was not Nyla's best night, and I'm a Nyla Rose fan.
I'm a Nyla Rose fan and a Chris Statlander fan.
The only thing, the match picked up when Chris Statlander picked it up. She hit like 2 suicide dives on the outside. Nyla was going to go for the knee drop over the rope, but Statlander just moved over and started hand walking out of it and blew Nyla a kiss.
Yeah.
She hit a roundhouse kick and a DDT for 2. Nyla hit a spear through the ropes, which looked good, and the end came when Chris was going for a top rope move. I'm guessing a Rana, but Nyla Rose turned it into a powerbomb and won. This was the match that if you're going to watch this show and skip a match, you could skip this match. It just fell flat for me.
Yeah. And I hate to say that, but compared to everything else on the show, it did. I don't know. I don't know why this was the way it was.
I mean, there was a point where Nyla had
good.
wrist control of Chris Statlander and was hitting lariats, but they looked like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
And like I said, like we both said, we're huge fans of Nyla Rose.
Right.
I am, and I'm a huge Statlander fan. I wish they could have had more time to work out what this match was going to be.
Right.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. The next match was one we've all been waiting for. Cody against MJF.
And what a storytelling event this was. MJF comes to the ring with Wardlow, obviously.
He had a cool robe on.
He had a very
But
cool
then
robe
once
on.
he took the robe off, we all laughed because his spray tan was terrible.
He looked like a construction vest. It was so goddamn bright. The light was reflecting off of him. It was bad. The robe he was wearing was really cool. It was like a velvety type robe.
Yeah.
And the trim on it was patterned to look like the Burberry scarf.
Right. Downstate played Cody to the ring.
Sid's here. What's up, Sid?
The Nightmare family was with him.
Nightmare family. You had Dustin was with them. Brandy, Arn, QT Marshall walked out with him.
Some other people that we don't know.
Didn't know. Some people that I did not know.
But Arn and Brandy stayed for the match.
Yeah.
As did Wardlow for MJF. Cody got... at first, MJF kept going to the outside. And at one point, he went into the crowd, threw someone's hat off, and threw a beer into a fan's face. Once he got back in the ring, though, Cody, he hit a disaster kick off the apron.
Oh, Sid says that Stephen Amell was there. That's cool.
Oh, okay. I thought someone looked familiar.
Yeah. Didn't fail to mention that Cody was played to the ring by the band Downstate, who did his song.
I said that.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Sorry.
Rhodes uppercut and Cody cutter, but MJF kicked out at 1 and rolled out onto the ramp. Cody goes to the back and runs full head of steam and clotheslines MJF into the ring for 2. He hit a spinning Alabama slam on MJF. Brandy threw water in Wardlow's face. Wardlow went after her, but Cody hit a suicide dive and beat Wardlow down. Wardlow pulled Cody's arm through the post and slammed his face into the post. MJF started stomping on the broken toe and took off the boot of Cody and bit the broken toe.
Yeah.
MJF stomped the hand and locked in an armbar, which they were calling the salt of the earth. Cody bit the rope to break the armbar.
Which I didn't know was legal, but was.
Cody hit a top rope inside-out suplex. Wardlow distracted Cody, but Arn grabbed the chair and things calmed down. There was another point where Wardlow went to slam Brandy, but he put her down as Cody went for a running kick, but Wardlow moved and Cody hit Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
There was a low blow by MJF for 2. Both men tumbled to the outside from a suplex. Cody with dusty punches. Then he went for the bionic elbow, and MJF fell down before he could hit it. That bastard. MJF hit the double cross for 2. MJF takes Cody's belt, but the ref stops him. Cody low blows and vertebreakers for 2, and then gets the belt back.
And MJF at some point was busted wide open.
Yes.
On right where his hairline is, and he was bleeding like a stuffed pig.
Cody got in 2 good whips and then threw the belt into the crowd. Cody hit.
So that's going on eBay tonight.
Cody hit 2 code breakers, but he went for a third one. MJF kneed him in the face, put on the ring, hit him in the face, and won the match. That bastard won.
Yeah.
Cody looked absolutely dejected, and Arn and Brandy had to help him up because of the being upset, not because of the match, and they walked to the back. This was a great storytelling match, as we expected.
Yeah, and thankfully, I will say thankfully, probably not the end of this feud.
Probably not, but if it is, the champion has a contender in MJF.
Very much so.
We then got a match we didn't know what to expect from. Pac versus Orange Cassidy.
This was unironically a fantastic match.
Absolutely.
Because Orange Cassidy tried.
Orange Cassidy did an arm drag like that while his hands were in his pockets.
He jumped and locked Pac's head and twisted his body for an arm drag with his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, it was awesome. He had a diving DDT, he had a stun dog millionaire, he had a flying cross body. We saw a lot out of him. We got this sloth kicks. Pac did it back to him until Pac had enough and just pushed him over.
Yeah.
There was one point where Pac was looking for the Black Arrow. And Orange Cassidy rolled outside. Pac threw him back in. He rolled to the other side, laughed in Pac's face, rolled again, and just kept rolling. At one point, Pac was on the outside, and Trent threw him back in. The Lucha Brothers came down because apparently they don't like the best friends, and Pac locked in the Brutalizer for the win. This was a good showing by Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Like
I said earlier today, I don't think it was all that he can do, but it was a nice glimpse at what he can do. And this show, Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy are over as fuck.
Yeah.
Before Darby's music even hit, people were chanting his name.
Darby.
And Orange had that crowd in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no other way to say it. The crowd was in the palm of his hand.
No pulp, baby.
No pulp. Freshly squeezed.
Then we got the main event.
You didn't... Did you say what the end of the match was?
Yeah, the Brutalizer.
Yeah, Brutalizer, and he verbally submitted because he couldn't tap
and Pac didn't stop until he passed out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a 6-man tag match on Dynamite, maybe.
Or Lucha Brothers and Pac versus
Best Friends
in OC.
Yeah. So then we got the AEW heavyweight title match. The purveyor of violence, the purveyor of unscripted violence, Jon Moxley,
the unsanctionable Jon Moxley,
challenging Le Champion Chris Jericho. Moxley made his entrance from all the way outside the arena, came through the crowd. Cool. People were going nuts. People love Moxley. Jericho came to the ring with a choir singing Judas, which I thought was cool. So it was a big brawl. Santana and Ortiz were on the outside. Moxley was still wearing the eye patch. Jericho worked the eye a lot during the match. Jericho powerbombed Moxley through the ring bell table. At one point, he took the camera and threw the finger up.
New Japan Jericho style.
Threw a barricade at Moxley.
Suzuki style.
A lot of the match was Jericho offense.
Yeah.
At one point, he tried to do the walls, but Moxley turned it into a heel hook. Santana and Ortiz got on the apron. Moxley took down Santana, but Ortiz hit him with the loaded sock.
Mad Ball.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Then Jericho raked the eyes and did a diving knee to the eye, and Moxley was busted open from being thrown into the ring post.
Yeah.
But
the blood was gushing out of Moxley's head.
Jericho went for a code breaker, which was reversed into a paradigm shift, which was reversed into a Walls of Jericho, which was reversed into a Boston Crab by Moxley. But Jericho got to the rope. Hager comes down, punches Moxley. Aubrey Edwards sees it, and the biggest pop of the night happens. She throws the Inner Circle out. But while her back is turned, Sammy Guevara comes from the crowd, grabs the title and hits Moxley, goes back through the crowd. Jericho pins, but only gets a 2. Moxley then...
Now, if you watched if you happened to catch our appearance on the Mr. Warren Hayes show today, or earlier this morning, I predicted that something would happen. I predicted that Moxley would remove his own eye patch, showing that his vision was perfectly fine, and throw it into the crowd to get a huge pop and show Jericho that, oh no, sir, I am just fine.
Yes.
And that is exactly what happened.
And Jericho was so thrown off by it, he walked into a paradigm shift, which led to a new champion being crowned in Jon Moxley. After the match, Moxley gets on the microphone, and he says he's had a hell of a year, a lot of ups and downs. He said that this isn't my title, it's your title.
I'm happy.
I have the most gratitude for the AEW family, and you are the most important part of it. Obviously speaking to the fans.
I'm very happy that this was on pay-per-view because he started this promo by saying, God damn, I love this shit.
Yes. But that wasn't the end of the swearing. He paused, they started playing his music, and he said,
hey, what the fuck?
Hey, what the fuck?
And they stopped the music, and he kept talking.
And he
it
said,
was amazing.
I told you if you put them up, I'll knock them down, but now it's time to knock down some whiskey. And that was the end of the promo, and he leaves the way he came in, through the crowd. This was great. Great show.
Great show. I think a moment that I would have liked to see, that I think we'll probably see on Dynamite. Jon Moxley is the AEW World Champion. There is somebody waiting in the wings that I am sure would love to get his hands on Jon Moxley.
Are you talking about someone who may have had a Japanese U.S. title?
I am, yes.
And he lost it to said Moxley?
Yes. Moxley might actually still hold that title.
Are the doors being opened?
Well, I don't know that the doors are being opened, but one Mr. Lance Archer is officially signed with All Elite Wrestling.
And he has a history with Jon Moxley.
He has a brutal history with Jon Moxley. They fought over the U.S. title in a Texas death match at Wrestle Kingdom this past January. I was fully expecting that if Moxley won, that we would either see a stare down or a full-blown beatdown from Lance Archer.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glad that they gave him his moment. A lot of times, the new champion doesn't get to have their moment. It always moves on to the next thing.
It just happened to Naito at Wrestle Kingdom this past January. It almost happened to Goldberg. I was half expecting Roman to show up at Super Showdown and take him out, but they waited till SmackDown. It was announced fully that Lance Archer is debuting at Dynamite this coming Wednesday. So I'm definitely expecting a program with Moxley.
I wonder if they'll shoot him right there, or if MJF is next to him.
Yeah, and that is something to think about because of how much they want the weekly rankings to matter.
Now, we talked about on the Warren Hayes show who the Exalted One would be, and I said Christopher Daniels, and obviously I'm wrong.
It's not.
So who...
I'm lost.
I'm lost too. And you know what I would fucking love? If Bray Wyatt, after what happened at Super Showdown, broke his contract and just showed up as the Exalted One.
Yeah, because
that would be so cool.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Like he like if he didn't care about the ramifications of the contract breaking and just doing it anyway.
I will say I would really hate it if it ends up just being Evil Uno.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be weird. I have a feeling it's gonna be somebody we don't know.
I have a really sick feeling in my stomach that it's just gonna be that it was nobody the whole time.
I hope not.
I hope not too. But we've seen things like that happen before. Higher power, and
yeah, but this is a business run by Tony Khan and not that old senile fucking idiot.
JR? No, no, I kid. Exalted One. Who's it gonna be? Is it possible that it could be that blonde hair spokesperson dude?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I'm going with somebody we don't know.
It would. I think it would be cool if it was someone we don't know.
Right. Like somebody that just blindsides us.
Yeah.
None of the names that are being thrown out there. So where do we go from here?
Where do we go indeed? Well, we're barreling towards this new Blood and Guts match that they announced.
Who do you think's going to be involved in that?
Probably the Inner Circle and somebody else, some other group.
Moxley, Dustin,
Moxley,
Darby.
Dustin, Cody, Darby. Darby would be.
You think Cody will be in it, or he'll be locked up with MJF?
I would. My brain is saying that the only groups big enough would be the Inner Circle and the Elite.
Some kind of
amalgamation of the Elite.
Right.
But the Dark Order is up to 4, wrestler members.
True.
Maybe the Exalted One shows up before that match, and that person would be the 5th.
We have SCU.
Although,
Colt Cabana.
Do we even know if they're doing it as 5-on-5?
We don't. We don't know anything.
That's true. I didn't think about that till now.
So
from here, I think Cody versus MJF continues. Was Cody's stipulation for himself that he would never challenge Chris Jericho for the title, or that he would never challenge for the title?
Never challenged for the title, I believe.
That's fucking heartbreaking.
But it's wrestling, so it can be broken.
It can be broken. I think I think Moxley's the type of guy that would challenge a Cody Rhodes. I think that would be his loophole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say somebody's driving around on a rim. I'm surprised there's not sparks flying past the window. I think Cody and MJF continues. I think Dark Order and SCU continues. I think Darby's next venture should be trying to get a rematch with Moxley.
What about...
Because they have a history.
What about Omega and Page?
Omega and Page. The Bucks I can see going full heel after this match.
I don't know. They kind of teased that Hangman was going to turn on Omega.
Yeah, they did. I'm expecting something from that coming, like I said, from either this coming Dynamite, or being the Elite. Other than that, I don't really know. I think we just wait for Dynamite and see what they got cooking.
Yep. So our next podcasts, we will be joined by with our friend Sid the Nerdy Mark, and we're going to go over our favorite matches of February 2020. We're going to be doing NXT and AEW reviews, and I believe we're going to do the Elimination Chamber. So be on the lookout for that. And wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, you have a great one, and peace and love to all of you. Bang!